Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ears to the East, where I am, as always, with Neon and live from the International Space Station. It is old Mr. B. How you doing, mate? Well, we spoke for the first time a couple of days ago when I was on your channel, and you recorded about an hour-long interview with me. Oh, he switched back to his home. That was Yeah, arrived quickly. That was a teleporting powers as well. We had like
beam me down, Scotty.
Can you take it, Captain? This is a very nice house in the like Midland Riviera.
If you saw where I really live, it's nothing like this.
But we had a really great chat the other day. We recorded about an hour or so of it for the interview, but we actually talked for about 6 hours. Well, we actually spoke for about 6 hours in total, if you include all the stuff before and after that. And I think it was immediately clear that we needed to have more of our chatting online. So thank you so much for joining us. If you don't mind, I'm just going to kick this one into gear with like a little bit of a simple question, which is just really, I'm intrigued at how you got into Japanese music. Because I mean, I know you've got a long history of being into music, but where was that point where you first heard Japanese music and got into that?
Well, actually, a while ago, when I went to a lot of bands, the first band on was a Japanese band, right? Okay. And I bet you I've reacted to some. I've actually said, but I can't remember who they were. And because I forget who it was I went to watch, but the first band on was Japanese band. Anyway, and when it all finished, I says to my friend, says, that blooming Japanese drummer was far best than out of all the three bands. You know, I don't know who it was. It could have been flipping X Japan for all I know. I can't remember. But and then what happened was obviously work, whatever, and I was seeing all the usual sort of bands. You know, I can go right back to T-Rex, AC/DC with the original singer Bon Scott. You know, stuff like that.
I was a twinkle in my daddy's eye at that point.
And you know, Thin Lizzy, you know, or I've seen Slipknot, and I've seen most of them, right? Anyway, so I thought, well, and then, well, what happened was we got to COVID, and I thought, I am not sitting around doing nothing. I am going to start a channel, because I saw Bandmade on YouTube. So they're not playing their own instruments. They're not playing their own instruments. I thought, piss off. Oops, sorry, shouldn't have said that.
Go for it. You can say whatever you want.
I thought, yes, they are. You fool.
I think most of us see YouTube comments and occasionally attempt to say the words piss off.
That was it. I've seen other people reacting. I thought, that's it. So what I did, my first reaction was them playing Thrill live.
Ah, yeah.
So I go, there you go. You know, they're playing it live. And I think my second video was Bandmade. My third one was Bandmade.
You didn't want to look like you were cashing in, though, so you changed it up.
So then from that, obviously, you know, like Love Bites and people, and it just sort of exploded from there. It's like being back in the 70s or whatever, when I first got into music, starting all over again.
So many people say this. It's like, you know, finding Japanese music is like sort of having like one of those moments, you know, where you think about, you know, the times in history when contemporary music's blown up, like rock and roll in the 60s and then, you know, 70s, and these things slowed down. But for a lot of people, finding Japanese music is like finding like an explosion of new music all over again.
Yeah,
it's like
my sister made me laugh. She says, what are you going to do when you run out of bands?
You won't.
And I said to her, you better have a look. I says, I'm never going to run out.
Never.
I says, I'll be dead, and there's still some I haven't reacted to. I've got that long left. I've got 9 years. Apparently 9 years, because the average age is 79. So I've only got 9 years left, so I've got to be quick.
So you'll be AI generated after that.
Oh,
I'm working on it. I've done some AI with myself.
Artificial Mr. B.
Oh,
can we see the AI work you've done? Have you?
Well, yeah, you know, swap positions, and there's like me there with the guitar. Well, that's gone AI because there's even a cap on the guitar.
Oh wow!
And I thought, I'll put that one up for a laugh. But that one's not up now because I get bored. I get fed up with my backdrops. And I'm thinking, oh God, they've got something different. I mean, I've even had ones with blooming all sorts moving around at the back of me.
I think that can be a bit distracted though when you've got like a video backing behind you. I think that could be a little bit.
No, that's only there when I'm talking, not when I'm playing the. When I'm playing, because I swap.
Oh yeah. When you're playing,
I do that on purpose because a lot of people either are there little square all the time. And I'm thinking now I'll be annoying this size, and then I'll, shrink.
Hold on, I never thought about this because I did reaction videos back in the day as well. And this is a question actually for both of you guys. Do you think there's actually an ego thing when you're like setting up the screen, how big you have the thing you're reacting to and how big you are? I think some people have themselves huge and they have the thing they're reacting to tiny. And some people have the thing they're reacting to tiny and then huge and then themselves tiny. Is this an ego thing actually? Would you?
No.
No.
I think a lot of people make it small because of copyrights and getting it blocked.
That's probably the main reason. I mean, for me, for sure, when I first started, it was a confidence thing. Like, I always put the band bigger and me in the corner just because I never felt confident enough when I first started that they weren't coming for the reactions, more the content.
Yeah, because I do it. See, I make myself small because it's not about me; it's about the band.
It's about the band.
Also, I'm trying to think who's the guy with the what's he called? The one with a certain picture of a certain leaf.
I don't know the guy, but I'm imagining this is someone whose reactions are very slow and relaxed.
Yeah, well, but they interviewed him on the Asian guys. Well, that's a mouthful to say. And then, like he said to them, they said, why can we only just see your heads? He says, because it's not about me, it's about the band.
Yeah, I do think though that my theory on the reaction video thing is I feel like it's I spent a lot of time trying to work out what exactly the point of a reaction video was, because it's not like a review necessarily. There's a review element, but I think it's kind of like there's so many people out there who listen to music like Japanese music, which is cool. There's a big scene for it, but it's not commonplace. And it's almost like when you hear something new and you want to play it to your best friend, but you just know your best friend's not going to be in the same music as you. It's kind of like that. It's like going online and finding a person who is open-minded to music. You click on their video. Oh, they're listening to the song I want to play to them. And it's like that. It's like sitting down and playing this thing you're really excited about to a best friend. So it's almost kind of like hiring a friend who's actually interested in music and seeing someone else enjoying the thing you enjoy.
I can't figure out how come I got so many people following me, because I'm just a silly old git that just waffles on about rubbish, really.
I think because in all fairness, not all, but a lot of people who do reactions, they kind of look like there's a lot of those channels you see them where they look like they're just doing reaction videos because someone told them, hey, if you react to stuff, people will give you loads of views. I think when people see someone like you or someone like Neon, it looks more like, oh, here's someone who's actually into music. Like Neon's got all his merch and his guitars behind him. You've got the look of experience about you, sir. So
yeah, it's that experience. Every time I get up in the morning, look in the mirror, I don't half get a shock.
Well, I was about to say, all three of us are wearing hats for the same reason. I think we should have a reveal at the same time.
No, the light will just reflect off my head, and
audiences at home just blinded by the combined light.
I was actually going to shave my head the other day. I actually have a bit of hair.
Oh, you got a bit? Oh,
I got a bit.
Well, mine sort of started there, then it sort of went down there. Then the parting just got wider and wider and wider.
But the back for me, I started to go at the back, and once I started to go there and have a bit of a spot,
that's done you. Yeah, you can't have the comb over.
Exactly. So yeah. So as soon
someone
as
please edit a picture of Neon with a comb over. I really want to see someone editing a picture of Neon with a comb. I remember for me, I had quite long hair, and I was recording at this basement with a band. I was doing a production for them, and it was at the bottom of this like sort of stairwell, and so it was like in the break time between like two recordings or whatever, and I'm just sitting there hanging out with a couple of guys, and we're just having our lunch on the stairs, and then the photographer was above me and like photographed down through the staircase at all of us, and I wasn't looking up, and then I just saw like the photograph of the top of my head, and I realized I was like, wow, the amount of light reflecting off my head, even when I've got a whole head of hair. I was like, that is some thin hair. And just went straight home, shaved it off, and never grew it back since.
Yeah. What were you hanging out?
I'm going to leave that to the imagination of the people at home. What
Well,
was
when people
hanging
always
out?
say, "Well, I was hanging out," what were you hanging out? I mean, come on.
Well, the toilet was at the top of the stairs, so maybe I just forgot to zip up on the way down. Yeah. So actually, another thing I wanted to, because obviously, again, from doing reactions, you've like.
You gonna let
listened to
Can I
so
just
many-
cut in here? You gonna let Neon
Yeah.
speak at all? Or-
No,
I've been
no,
very
no,
fucking patient.
No, he's not here to speak. He's here to look pretty, isn't that right?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
All right, go on, Neon, jump in.
All right, go on. I can ask my own questions. Let's go. Thank you, Mr. P. Thank you. So he doesn't know when to shut
Which one?
Fuck up. I'm gonna mess it.
He's not.
I'm not. You said before. Obviously, you started off with Bandmade. You did a few reactions and stuff like that. You've reacted to so many over the years. I've watched some of your reactions as well, so I have my own personal favorites to some of the stuff you've done. But you must have had probably personal favorites as well over how many years you've been doing this now. Is there any band that you found which has been like
3 years? I've done it, but it's 3 years and 3,500 reactions.
wow?
Just I have got faith. I have to be careful what I say though.
Oh,
You've got to be careful what you say, because obviously, I'm a maniac. I like Bandmade and everything else, but I have got there's some bands I like that's on equal terms, and I keep trying to say this. Look, I don't such have a favourite, but I've got a load, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, the amount of bands that I actually like.
Yeah, no,
I've come across that one I told you with the funny name. I like them as well. Yeah, with K
You have to do better
K-A-N-T.
than that.
K-A-N-T. What it
I'm
ends
sure they're
in.
named after the historical figure, not
But,
the
but I like what they're doing. I couldn't remember what guitar. I can't think of the silly woman's name that plays this. She's had this signature guitar made, which is a strange shape, made by a music man, and they're playing them. I can't think of who she is. It's just gone. But
that doesn't narrow it down to me, because I know about like 4 or 5 people.
all we have is the word K-A-N-T. That's all we have thus far.
Yeah, but it's whatever is before it. Me and with names, I'm terrible.
I am
something can't.
If they got numbers, not a problem. not a problem. And I mean, this is it. When somebody says about, well, such and such is happening, like what was it, Scandal? I knew what time that was on. Yeah, I'm not really into them at the moment. I like their early stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
I really like the new single. I thought the new single was brilliant, personally.
I haven't uploaded the latest video yet. I got it recorded. I recorded it yesterday, but the video that came out, which is the new music video, I was actually kind of surprised. I was expecting it to do much better than it actually has. There wasn't much traction with the main video, and I just never did. I just didn't feel the need to upload it yet. I will do eventually, but
do you mean traction on your reaction video?
Yeah, no, like traction on the actual official website.
I think the reason is, Scandal have always had this problem that the marketing around them is appalling. Old Mr. B will know if I say that they've had more than a fair amount of time dealing with the likes of Sony and Victor. You'll know the kind of marketing that Scandal have been subjected to.
Something, yeah, because they got an award, didn't they? Because they've been together for 20 years, didn't they, Scandal?
17 years, yeah, Guinness World Record for the longest
Why is it
female rock band.
Wrong. Jenny Ups have been together for 20 years and still the same band members. Jenny Ups.
Okay, quick question. Few questions. One, was it the same lineup from the get-go? Have they ever had any additional members or any changes?
No.
Have they had any hiatuses?
No.
Well, then my question would be, why has this not been noticed?
Because they're not as popular as
they're not as
Scandal.
popular. Yeah, that'll be why.
See, I can believe that to a certain degree in that I know that the Guinness, I mean, we all know the Guinness World Record thing basically is pay them and then they'll go
There's
and do
always
this
one
survey.
troublemaker, isn't there? You know what I mean?
But they do have to check it. I mean, they can't just give it out willy-nilly, because of course if they give it out and it turns out that they did it wrong, then they're going to immediately be overturned. So they've got to kind of keep their brand credibility.
Look, listen, willy-nilly gets involved in all sorts, and I'm fed up with them. I'm fine them. I'm going to get them.
Are we talking about the hanging out thing again?
So willy-nilly. Oh, have you heard of a band called Tomorrow's Outlook?
No.
Well, you must start reacting to that, and you go, "Oh, Tomorrow's Outlook." No, I'm not giving the weather out.
I'm gonna do a reaction purely for that interest. Tomorrow's Outlook is
from Norway. They're from Norway.
I thought I had that jokes. Jesus.
They're from Norway. Raven Black. Do you know them as well?
So if that's not a metal band,
they are.
They are.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I got that. May I be so bold at this juncture as to ask a question, or am I still on my timeout, sit in the corner with a dunce hat on moment?
Go for it.
You go for it. Go on. We'll let you speak.
I wasn't asking you, fucker. I'm kind of interested, like, what at the moment, just in your opinion, what is a band who you think are on the way up, who like people are not as aware of? And actually, this is kind of a question to both of you, because I haven't really asked Neon this question in a couple of months as well. Is there like a band who you're thinking, yeah, this is a band who not as many people know them as I think should?
Yeah, you know? Dick and his Two Swingers.
That one I don't know. Well, there you go. That proves it. You're gonna have to explain what the hell that is.
I love you sometimes, Howard. You are so slow.
I get what it means. I just didn't know if that's a band.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, it could be the other band, Foreplay.
Okay. I think we come from a universe where you guys think that a band wouldn't actually call themselves that. And I come from a universe where I think a band will call themselves that.
I know, band, because we called ourselves Foreplay. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So like,
there you go.
It's like, yeah, that could actually full on be the name of a band. I'm not sure.
I got the giggles, man.
Okay.
Okay.
How about say calling yourself Thick and Up?
That actually sounds like it could be pretty legit.
Well, it's German, isn't it, for F off?
Oh, so I wouldn't. I would not.
Oh, here's a good band for you. Just looking at it, I don't know if that's the song title or not. Let's have a look. Reinforced Concrete. Yeah, that's the title of the song.
Yeah, that's the title of the song. Oh shit, what band is that? Yeah, I saw that came out recently.
Yeah, don't worry. Pop music fans send me absolutely loads on Twitter. And that's one of them I've got to react to.
Who's that by?
Petals, is it?
Yeah, I saw that. Like, that's been coming up a lot on my feed as well.
Who else? The Purpurin, or how you pronounce it. That's one I reacted to today.
Nice.
Oh, I've got Kiss, Kiss, Kiss to do.
So, apart from this list of things that you have to do, are there any bands who you guys think are upcoming who you kind of would like to champion somewhat more?
Upcoming. Maybe not so much in the terms of like upcoming.
Yeah, ones who you feel like maybe they've been around but still deserve more.
For me, it would be Hanabiya, and I say that purely just because, like I said, they sort of becoming a little bit more well-renowned in the West now.
They're taking off.
Yeah, taking off.
I think they need a huge amount of. I think they need a huge amount of help. I think they're doing.
I don't think they're quite there yet, though. Like,
yeah, but they're
going, but they're on the right way. So yeah, give that another 2 years, I reckon, 2-3 years, and I think they'll be pretty mainstay. To be honest, I was surprised when I spoke to people, and they knew who Hanabiya was, like metal.
As long as they can keep the drummer, they'll be all right.
Keep the new drummer, you mean?
I'm not asking them for an interview in case the drummer leaves.
It's just in case the drummer leaves.
Yeah, this is something that happened last time you tried to interview Rum Kicks. So we were talking about that earlier, and it's every time when you try to interview a band, and like I know this, you interview a band and suddenly the member lineup changes, and you go, okay.
Well, 18 Fevers were all right. They stayed together.
So I still need to get an interview with them. Like, again, speaking to them, I spoke to them in Liverpool for freaking so long. Didn't record it just because I was enjoying the conversation so much, and now I regret it immensely.
Well, you know, Yui, she's an artist as well, and did like a cartoony picture of me while I was doing the interview.
Oh, nice.
And she held it up, and I said to her, "That's definitely my nose." and she's supposed to have brought it with her, but she forgot. So she was going to give it me at Brighton, but the thing is, I said to her about photographing it and just sending it to me, emailing it to me. I'll have to get onto them again. But I mean, they are great. Obviously, because two of them are from America anyway. Christmas spent about 2 years or whatever in Canada, and that's why their English is what it is. Spot on. But they are coming back. I don't know about Brighton, but I know they're coming back to the Rebellion Festival because they said it was like a dream come true playing that place. Yeah.
So they, from what I've heard, I was tempted to go to the Rebellion because I enjoyed them so much at Liverpool, but unfortunately, I'm not earning that YouTube dollar quite yet.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. That's a sore point with me.
We can talk about how, like, between
invalid traffic, right? I do not try to do anything of the sort, and I'll give you an idea, right? Right, okay, 99.9% of my time's copyright, right?
Yeah,
okay,
same.
Right, so the things which it's not copyrighted, I was making £3 per 1,000 views. Invalid traffic, now it is 26p. But somebody sent me £2.50 on a super thanks, yeah, and I saw 68p of that.
Oof.
The robbing, I've turned that off. The robbing, I mean, to me that's robbery. That's got nothing to do with adverts. So, and I don't care. And I'm gonna put a load of memes together, I think, as a video clip and put it up, because you've seen me advert for me film and making, haven't you?
So I haven't actually. No.
It's only like it's not very long, but it's a film trailer.
Yeah.
And it's called coming up this fall, I've called it, and it's me, like, makeup, everything. Old Mr. B, old Mr. B, old Mr. Directed, old Mr. B, acted, old Mr. B, everything. I've done everything. Yeah. And I just threw this thing together. It turned out quite funny, so I put it up for a laugh. Of course, it is copyright free, but we'll forget it. Get me 2p for that, I suppose. I mean,
well, that's the thing, and they're coming after everything,
right?
Just can't.
Because we get paid if you make, to get £60 a month, right? Then they'll pay you, right? It was hit and miss this month to make the 2 months up to £60. And I'm thinking, no, it looks like I'm going to be £1.50 short. That means that's the way. Yeah, another month, but it managed to do it. But that's I don't make money from it, and any money I make goes back into buying shit for this.
Yeah. So it's the same. That's the same for me.
Yeah, it's to me, it's just
I'm not monetized.
It's just not worth it, because they're just robbing us. Normally they take 30% of a super chat, or if you do a live stream, they will take 30% of it. Okay, they're just greedy. And then I don't know how much to take of the adverts. Well, the adverts now, if I for every 1,000, if I'm making 26p, whoopee do. And then they were complaining at me, "Oh, your views are down. You're not putting so much content up." Well, why should it help you? You're robbing so-and-so's. I'm not doing it. So that's what they do, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I've just taken a 2-week break recently, and I've just come back, like literally started this week. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing more horrifying than going on your YouTube feed and seeing every red arrow that you've not been doing shit for two. Like everything's down, and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, there they go. But you know, you can learn why. I know why, because you're just trying to make money off the back of me. And I used to put up, when I started, I was putting up like 6 a day.
Yeah.
Right, just to get it going. Then it went down to 4, then it went down to 3. Now I only do 2. Like I did 7 today, but that's like for the next few days done, and I can do what I like then.
Yeah.
But I always reply to every comment in the comment section. Always. I don't just put a like. Even if it's just thank you, I will reply to everyone. I regretted that one day when it took me 2 hours to reply to them all. Oh,
it can take a... I think the problem is that, like, I mean, I like ranting. So as a result, when I go to reply, I go to like do a 1-line reply, and then it always leads to like 10 minutes later, I'm still replying to this one person who maybe only sent me 1 sentence, but I send them like 3 paragraphs back. Because I don't know, so I get very caught into spending a lot of time commenting. So it can be time consuming.
Do you put translations in?
So
I mean, in my videos?
Yeah, well, I try to. Yeah, I try to.
You know, okay, it's auto translated, so it may not come out properly. Well, one guy was from Mexico, and he goes, "Oh," he says, "you know, it's Wellington Nemophila." So he says, "Could you put the Spanish translation in for me?" So I went back to all my Nemophila ones and put it in every one, and he goes, "Oh, thank you so much." Next thing you know, there's another friend of his. "Oh, thank you, my friends." Yeah, and you know, then I've just got like a load of more people, if you like, following me from Mexico.
Yeah. I think that there is an aspect to that where if you're doing it, say, between languages of a European origin, like between German, Spanish, French, English, it's probably okay to auto-translate. Now, the Japanese one, I think, if you auto-translate it, it's enough that people can get a little bit of an idea, but it's not really.
No.
All right.
Miyaku's talking, right? Describing a guitar, and I put auto translate on, and it comes up. Well, when I kicked my sister in the head, I thought, no way.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. That's my point. It's like it's not a very good translation a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I think it's not even enough to really follow.
So imagine
I don't do the Japanese one.
Yeah, but I put that in, and then I'm saying something nasty. They think I'm referring to the band.
Yeah, well, yeah. I've had that experience an awful lot, a lot as well. I do auto translate, and then somebody will come back to me, take screenshots, and put it in my Discord, and like the subtitles will come up with something daft, like me turning around and saying.
You've got to give them the opportunity where, I mean, if they want to, they can go in there and they can select auto translate. But if you offer it up, then it's almost like an endorsement of that. So if I do subtitles, I hard code them into the video. And then I know it's one that I actually did. If it's not hard coded into the video, like into the actual image, then it's one where they have to select auto translate, and then they know it's not me. It's not me. It's completely down to them choosing to have it translated. So yeah, I'm always a bit cautious about doing it in Japanese because you see how well it does the English. There's no way it's going to do the Japanese any better.
No, and then sometimes it gets what I say wrong. I mean, it's like the other day I'm doing it. I thought I'll leave that, Mr. BE. Got, you know. I thought I'll sod it. I'll leave it.
Glad it's not BEE.
Yeah. but yeah, things like that. And some people have said, one of them says, "Oh, I've been just reading the English, you know, translation of it." It says, "Oh, it's a right laugh."
Yeah,
because you have to pronounce your words properly. Well, I don't. I'm from the East Midlands and Leicestershire, where they shorten every bloody thing. I mean, you know, like in Liverpool, they've got an accent. Leicester haven't got an accent. It's just slang. And I'll give you an example. Right. I'll translate it afterwards. When they're just going to catch the bus. I am just going to catch the bus. But they shorten it so much. And we've got a place called Belvoy Street, and they call it Beaver Street. Don't know why. Yeah, in Leicester. But I lived in Leicester.
All those consonants and vowels in the way.
Yeah, I lived in Leicester for a while, but I'm not there now, and I moved away, and I'm pleased. But we won't go into that. But they just shorten everything. So I have to remember don't start talking like that. So when I do an interview, I slow down. That's another thing. Speaking fast. When you do an interview, you need to slow down.
I got criticized. I get criticized quite a lot for that because obviously being from Liverpool, although I've managed to tone the accent down, unfortunately I still speak with the speed of 1,000 gazelles.
Fortunately, I'm lucky like that because when I was at work, I worked with loads of people from all over Europe and the world. And obviously English isn't their first language, so you automatically get used to talking to them. Keep it in simple English. Because Mato, I did a interview with her, and she thanked me for when she was trying to think of the English words, and I was saying what it was for her because obviously I'm English, so I know what she's trying to say. But she also, when we'd finished recording, thanked me for keeping to simple English, and I said to her, it's because I've worked with people from all, and it's what it does to you, and it works. I've seen some interviewers. Well, they're interviewing, I think it was Love Bites. The interviewer, the poor translator can't keep up. He's like,
well, I think that depends because if you, like you say, if you're speaking directly to the person, like when I was doing the interview with Sakura from Let's Go's, I was speaking directly to her, so I tried to keep it really simple because I knew it was like something where she was trying to use her second language, and that was all fine. But I think when you're talking to someone through a translator, I think then sometimes actually being more detailed helps because if the translator's good, then they know more precisely what you mean.
Being detailed, but still slow down because a lot of them do understand what you're saying. And as I found out, but again, it's slowed down. So the translator can keep up, poor devil, and that. And I find that just slow down, but don't get overcomplicated. Using dirty, great long words, it's no point.
I think that really depends on your translator. I think my experience has been quite different in that I know that the translators I work with, they kind of like me to keep things moving at a very natural pace. Don't go around
the streets, get to the point. That's me.
Yeah, in a detailed way though. I think detail helps because sometimes if you one of the interesting things about Japanese is that there is far less adjectives, for example. Like you look at English and there's tons of adjectives, Japanese, not so many. So sometimes if you use a more detailed adjective and the translator's good with both languages, then they kind of know exactly how to, whittle it down to the word that they want.
Will you try and explain to a Japanese person a date? Because when Matey said, I make cakes, he says, what sort's a date and walnut? What's a date? So I put it in the translator. He says, no, I said, it's not that sort of date. But you see what I mean? There's everyday sorts of words that come up. It's like I said to you, when I was in France doing quite well with me French until that girl asked me to, I said, sorry, I don't know what you mean. What we just said, you want a bag. How often you use that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought you were about to tell me the secrets of how to unlock a Japanese girlfriend. Then for a second, I got all excited.
How to unlock a Japanese girlfriend?
I'm thinking a date on a calendar. You're thinking a date with a girl, and old Mr. B's thinking about dates that you eat. So we literally came up with 3 different definitions of the word date. But again, this is why I think painting a picture is kind of useful because it is interesting when Japanese people are speaking. There's a lot they express in a very different. Well,
it's like you're on about dating Japanese ladies. Well, what they like about people like us is because whereas in Japan they're just stuck behind and doing all the cooking and everything else. Well, we're mucking.
That is a big thing that they do appreciate. When if you're on a date and you mention that you enjoy cooking, then that's surprising.
I've never been to Japan, you see, but I have learned all this.
Yeah, it is that one's true. I think. If you show that you've got an interest for helping out with other things. Although I have been out with girls before who kind of didn't want me to do that kind of thing because they felt it was stepping out. So it was almost for them a bit weird.
No, so he's crap at that. Don't touch it.
Yeah, I think there was a degree of presumption on some of them as I went to I shouldn't let the guy cook. But then there's some who love the fact that you're willing to like do that kind of thing and actually genuinely enjoy it. I think there's a fair range, but there is certainly a lot of women who I've met in Japan who were of that category who were just happy to, oh, you want to help with the cooking? You want to cook sometimes? Great. So actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, you know, your job is more than just taking the trash out.
Well, I hope it is anyway.
And hey, in 6 hours, well, we had a chat. He drinks too much coffee because how many times did you have to go for a pee?
What are you talking about?
You. Yeah. Yeah. How many times did you have to go for a pee?
I have a bladder the size of a chickpea.
I'm an old person. How many times didn't I go?
In all fairness, you do look dehydrated. You should drink more.
Like literally, if you could stab Howard, he would bleed coffee.
Oh.
Yeah.
And at a very high pressure. You just shoot back into my mouth.
My God.
Oh dear, I tell you, honest. But no, going back to like up and coming bands, which we were originally talking about.
Yeah, we probably I asked that question about a year ago.
I totally forgot we were doing an interview about Japanese stuff.
Do you know, I got to a point where I was like, do you know what? I'm not even going to bother asking again. It's like this.
But, look, I think Asterism are underrated.
Yes, I'm glad you said that.
I think they're really, really, really underrated. And I'm not going to hold it against them because they never reply to me when I ask them for an interview. But yeah, so there's like you've got bands like that, and there's so many out there though that you come across thinking, well, these are really, really good. And the trouble is with me, I can't remember half the names of them. Well, I've got too many reactions to remember all that lot.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's definitely the same with that as well.
Today's laugh. I reacted to Iron Cross.
Can't say I've heard of them.
Right, okay, they're from America, but they're very young as well. Awake and Alive. Do you know the song?
No.
Have you heard of a band called Skillet?
I heard
Skillet,
it, like one person put them into my
the religious rock band that you react to. And the only people that can see it, because it's blocked everywhere else, is America.
America!
Yeah, so I reacted to them. And, I'm even blocked. Oh, dear. You know, that's it. And I think, well, that's ridiculous. But because I know I quite like Skillet, what they do. But anyway, so they did that cover. So I've reacted to that. And might see if I can get a chat with them. I mean, who else have I done? No.
Well, just on the international side of things, though, because I kind of, one thing that really struck me is I know you recently, like I think it was actually maybe today or yesterday, you put up a video where you were reacting to a song by Alia, who are, they're popular and they're not like sort of #1 hit single, but they're popular in Japan. It's just every time you play them to anyone overseas, people are like, oh, it's not really my thing, not really my thing. I noticed even in your comments, a couple of people were like, not really my thing. I've noticed there's a big difference between, well, this is something we've talked about for a couple of years now, but there's a big difference between the sort of music that gets popular in Japan from Japan and the sort of music that gets popular overseas from Japan. And I was just wondering if you'd really sort of noticed a difference yourself and like the sort of things that, maybe you see bands who clearly look popular in Japan, but just they're not connecting with overseas people.
Well, you should say that. Because I've looked at one band and I think I reacted to them because, and somebody else was on about it. Why have they only got like, less than 1,000 subscribers, yet they've just had 20,000 views on that thing, on that song. And I'm thinking, well, I can't answer that because I don't know. That's another thing you see with it. It seems to me in Japan, it's not the amount of subscribers you got, but as long as you're getting the views.
Yeah.
I think people are less likely to subscribe here, but I think the other thing as well is if a song's got loads of views but not so many subscribers, I think a lot of the time that's because the people who are listening to it are listening to it on repeat. They're listening to it a lot. So like one of those subscribers might be accounting for like 20
invalid traffic. Oh dear. They weren't getting anything then from YouTube. Oh dear.
The woes of a YouTuber.
YouTube. I mean, like I said, if I want to make money on YouTube, I do something where it's not got any copyright.
Yeah.
To it.
Well, like I said, me and Howard said this a lot. I said, like, for me, I've got like 20,000 subscribers, and I know that I could get. I know I could double or triple that if I really wanted to. Like, I know I could pick out really, really popular bands and stuff like that, and then just leech off their views and subscribers if I wanted to. But I've never wanted that. I just do the stuff that I like and the stuff that people recommend me as well. And then when I fall in love with a band, I like to completely immerse myself with that band before I move on to the next one, which probably slows my progress down a little bit. But I hope generally that people just like it because they see that, you know, I'm fully invested as well, instead of hopping from band to band to band to band to band.
I'm a band hopper, sorry.
By the way, I said I'd be honest if this happens. I just got an important message and I've just got to quickly reply. So I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to be one of those people who's like trying to hold the phone off the bottom. I'm going to reply to this message right now. You keep talking.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, going back to, see, I mean, you can get into a thing where you keep going like baby metal, baby metal, baby metal. Band made, you know. Alibata, that's chucking me. You know why. You know, I mean, I'll react to him, but I don't do it to the point certain other people do, and, you know, play drums along with him and stuff, you know. But I won't do anything like that, just to get views.
Yeah.
There's certain ones I know all the ones I could pick if I wanted to and get loads of views from. But when they bring something new out, yes, I'll do it. But I'm not going to go back, like do 3 or 4 reactions of that particular thing to get loads of views. I won't do it. I like to keep it mixed up, you see. You know, a bit licorice, all sorts. You know, we've got to keep it.
I mean, like I said, I like to go in depth. Like, so I will explore a band's like discography completely, and you know. But once I've listened to a song, that's it. Then you don't get many more reactions out of me unless there's something like really special about it. I've seen some channels that have had like a reaction to, let's say, for instance, "Give Me Chocolate" from Baby Metal, and I've seen channels like do reaction to "Give Me Chocolate" and then the like reaction to "Give Me Chocolate Live" and reaction
"Give Me Chocolate Live" 2 years later.
2 years later, "Give Me Chocolate" like Zep Tokyo, and I'm just like, how many times can you react to the same goddamn song?
For me, I think the thing is that like the way I read the reaction thing and the way that I used to do it was, if you're going to have a journey where you're going to find a band and you're going to explore their music anyway, then you might as well share it, because you know that people are there to share the journey with you. So if you found a band and you want to explore their entire back catalogue, there's nothing wrong with sharing that with the people who are also there. But you've honestly got to be like excited about, oh, I actually am really excited to check the back catalogue of this band, and then it's worth doing. But just doing it because everyone clicks on your video, that's a bit
I think there's a difference between like generally loving doing reactions and like generally being invested, to milking the audience and just doing it for view sakes. It annoys me a little bit on the reaction scene, because there are channels out there specifically that I know just milk it for views, and there's some channels that are generally good channels. Shout out to Benedict, who's not here by the way, who doesn't have the subscribers some of these channels does, but fully deserves it because he's really into it and really enjoys doing it. And you know, so that kind of upsets me a little bit, and it becomes a little bit obvious over time for me who's milking and who generally loves it, you know.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
You're the cowboy. So
gives you no idea where they come from.
I mean,
oh, I know.
But the thing about it all is, I mean, I know I should sometimes. I get a new band and I should start to find out about them, but I don't get that much time. And then one band I was trying to find out, I was going all over, where the hell are they from? Nothing here about, nothing here. Facebook, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Anyway, I've done the reaction to them. It cropped up. Oh, they're from Mexico, are they? Well, why couldn't I find that when I was looking for it? And somebody said to me, "Oh, they're from Mexico," and I went, "Right." I said, "Oh no, I just found out after I'd reacted to it." And it's it's like some of the times when I'm waffling away, and I'm not even mentioning the title of the song. Then when I get to the end of it, I'm thinking, you didn't mention this. That's when a little subtitle, little thing comes in here. Silly old git, not said, But I like doing. Oh, I found a load of outtakes. I can't put some of them up because oh boy, the air's blue. You stupid old so and so, you fuck.
Oh,
Then the best one. I'm reacting and I haven't turned the mic on.
Yeah, I've done that a few times as well. Like I do a few reactions live on Twitch for like my viewers and stuff, so I can get a little bit more interactive with the community. And the amount of freaking fuck ups that I do when I'm in the middle of a reaction, I'm like the part for me is the first part is the introduction. Once I get past that part, I'm all right after that. But the amount of times I've been like halfway through and gone, hello guys, welcome to a Neon Reaper reaction video, and we're about to do oh fuck, start that again.
Yeah, you see, do you charge $20 for your reactions?
No, that's the one thing I don't do. I do have a Patreon, but my Patreon is open to all. So you basically put what you want. It could be $1, it could be $5 if you want to, 10 if you're freaking awesome. But you can put whatever you want in, and then whatever's on Patreon is.
No, I haven't got a Patreon. I've got PayPal, but
yeah. But no, I don't do pay for reactions. So
have you ever noticed? I've never ever asked people to like and subscribe.
So
please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.
No.
Well, you got 24,000 people who just got the hint on their own, so that's a pretty good sign that you're doing it right, mate.
Well,
exactly,
yeah, but I don't.
Exactly.
It annoyed me. What did it for me? I was watching this thing, and then halfway through, oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. I was just getting into it, you rotten so from.
Oh, in the middle of the song.
Yeah. I never pause either.
Oh, in the middle of a song. Oh, fuck no. I do. To be fair, I do the like and subscribe thing, force a habit. But I either do it at the beginning of a video, or mostly at the end. Never in the middle of a fucking song. I fucking hate that shit as well.
Well, yeah. But the thing is, I thought, well, why? Because I'm anti-YouTube, as you probably gathered. Whatever they tell me to do, I am not going to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to do this, you need that. Don't forget to tell people, like, get lost. I'm not doing it. That's like, it's like when somebody says to me about going to Japan, I said I can't afford it. I said, well, do a GoFundMe. I said I can't help. I just can't bring myself to ask people for money. It's just me. I'm not American. What do you think I am?
So yeah, I think that's the culture though. Like there's so many. This is another thing as well that annoys me. There's so many reactors out there. There's people out there that I know that run channels that have like way less subscribers than me, but they make 20 times more than I do. Like, well, not even 20, 50 to like 80 times more, because I don't simp for the money. But it's just so like people have like Patreons and like, if you want me to react to this, I need $5 off you, and they'll do like 10 reactions a day, and that's $100. And by all means, that's awesome. That's not 50.
Well,
sorry,
my attitude is people are daft enough to pay it. That's fine.
Yeah,
I haven't got a problem with them.
I think you can have like a donation system so that people who want to support you can, but I think it's all about transparency. And then I mean, like with mine, it's just a case of I give people an avenue to support me because I need the help. But
that's what I mean. Like,
that's kind of it. You give them the avenue, but then you don't like mislead them or try
don't build the channel on it. If people want to pay for reactions, that's fine. It's just, to me, it's like I always feel a little bit curious about what the relationship is. How Howard's defending his income here.
I mean, my like I say, mine's just a donation system. But like when you get someone who's like paying for a reaction, my question is that I always think that, okay, if they want you supplying to one, that's fine. But I always feel, what must it feel like if you've paid for a reaction, then you watch the reaction and the person's going, wow, this is brilliant. Isn't there a little bit of you that might perhaps think, are they just saying that because I paid them money? So I always feel like it's a kind of like a self-defeating thing. Like, I mean, obviously if people want to, it's fine. But I personally would feel a bit weird if I paid directly for that reaction.
Well, let's put it another way. Look what they're doing with your money. Look, they've just gone to see this band and that band, and you're paying for them to see this. All they just have to go on a plane and go over here. I told you, if I'm going to Japan, I'm going first class.
I'm just going to
see, I don't mind that. That's the one thing I don't mind. If people want to help us go to concerts and go, because to me, I see that as beneficial, because that's
transparency,
good for us, good for them. Yeah, transparency as well, but good for the channel as well. So we all get something out of it. They get to support the creator gets to go to the channel gets new content, the people that pay for it get to consume that content as well.
All I'm going to say is I got invited to a private show, so the warning.
This is me retiring. I'm out.
Well, you probably know that I got invited to the warning, the private show.
So
that's how I met Wings of Pegasus, Phil there, and I got to interview him.
Nice.
But I said to him, "Are you up for an interview?" He said, "Oh yeah, no problem." but yeah, and I mean, the thing about that was I forgot all about it. It was like 2 years ago I got invited to that. And then COVID hit, and I forgot all about it. And then they got this email again. I thought, I can't remember that. I'm old, I forget. So anyway, I went, but I just hate London anyway at the best of times.
Don't blame you on that one.
Well, yeah, I mean, what the thing was, the hotel, you park in their car park, and it still costs you £39 just for the parking at night. That's a rip-off.
It is.
London, demand, isn't it?
London prices. So this is why, bandmate, if you're coming to the UK, please just don't go to London.
Go to London.
Please go to London. I can put up with Birmingham, and then go to somewhere like Manchester or Liverpool, and then go up to Scotland, because they want to see you.
Do all of the places, go everywhere, see everyone. That's what I say.
I'm dying for bandmate. It's killing me at the minute. I'm hating seeing my bandmate, the bites and baby metal all in the States at the minute. Like, it feels really barren here at the minute in the UK.
That whole thing about so with the bandmate, obviously we had a long conversation about this on this channel before, but them visiting the States and doing so many shows there, it has been rather interesting, because I do think they are tapping a market that definitely is responding to them. But it is interesting how post-COVID, I think they should have just done 1 or 2 stops in Europe at least, just show because it is good to have that relationship with the fans where you do fly over. I know it would end up being a net loss financially, but it would probably be a long-term gain, because again it just sort of rallies the fans.
Yeah, that's what that sort of puts me off them a bit, because they haven't come over here. Wait to see. Okay, now my filler haven't come over here, but obviously I've got 2 friends in the band now, so I can't say anything.
Well, I've heard spoilers.
Oh yeah. Mayu and Tamu watch my channel, don't they?
Yeah.
So that's so and that, but and of course,
Mr. B knows something we don't.
Yeah. Well, did you see the funny comment then with Tamu when she did a live stream, and I went, hello from the UK, and she goes, oh, Mr. B, famous old Mr. B. I'm not famous. I'm just old. And so I laugh about that, but it's one of them things. I mean,
it makes me wonder if anybody watches mine, although I've not had anybody reach out to me to say that they do, so I wouldn't know. Right,
Twitter. Do you share your stuff on Twitter?
I do share my stuff on Twitter, yeah.
Right, okay. We're going to do a bit of name dropping here. Trident, they always send me a like. Certain members of Love Bites do as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've spoken to Fammy in the past. I had an interaction with Fammy because she messaged.
Keep up?
Not since. I did send her a message.
No, could you keep up with the speed she goes at?
That woman is impressive. No, I sent her a message when she first got announced as Love Bites. I didn't want to push it. I don't want to seem like one of those people that just message just because they want something. So, but I did message her to say, look, congratulations on obviously being part of Love Bites, and she did message back and say thank you, really, really appreciate it. That's the last time I've spoken to her though. So I Love Bites is one of my favorite bands, so at least I know that they know I exist.
A funny one on Twitter, this band says to me, oh, thank you very much for reacting to our music. So my reply was, well, thank you, but I've just got a copyright strike for it.
Damn.
Yeah. I've got a copyright strike at the moment, but I do get them on a sort of regular basis. But the one I've got, I reacted to the band from the same channel, from JMS, the channel. And so I reacted to this one thinking, oh, it's fine because I've obviously done one.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for it to drop, I thought, because I'm just going to share it on Twitter. No sooner it went live and bang, copyright strike. I thought, that's weird, straight away. So they're waiting for me, you see. They knew. They were there. Yeah. Anyway, so I thought, well, it's not even worth complaining about it. So basically, I took the other one down and thought, no, that's it.
Yeah,
right, as we've got about half an hour of Mr. B left, I want to get some questions in about music. I want to talk a little bit about music and not just YouTubing. So let's get.
That's true. That's true. This conversation took a weird turn.
I want to get some of like Mr. B's opinions. I could say old. I'll throw.
Don't have any.
Oh shit! Don't do that.
Well, it's short. Nice to have you on, Mr. B.
Yeah, well, we'll just like edit it down to that. I really want to get your opinions on some of the stuff that's been going on, because I mean, obviously, I mentioned a little bit about the difference between like overseas opinion to Japanese music itself, but I'm just kind of intrigued at what it is that you think the Japanese music's doing differently. Because obviously you listen to a lot of other bands. You've mentioned things like Warning, Mexican bands, and American bands. What is it specifically about Japanese music? Is there anything that you feel is like different about it?
The whole thing for the start. I mean, okay, so they do rock music, right? But they've improved it. I mean, like a lot of them, you get a lot of them, like you say, a metal band, and it'll actually change genres as it's going through. They mix them all together. They're making it more exciting to listen to.
I mean, there's been a lot of fusing genres is a big thing in Japan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you like, look at Bandmate, look at how they started, and look at how they are now.
Yeah.
But they've done it in such a way that we've all gone with them, and we all like what they're doing. And they've changed quite a lot from when they started.
They have.
I
love that journey.
But you don't notice it. But they are good. I can't think of any band that sounds like them or anything over here. They've got a totally different sound. This is the same as in Japan with all the Japanese bands. Like Love Bites, they've got their own sound and the way they do things. Okay, you can say a bit of Thin Lizzy in there with twin guitars, your guitars, but but they were the first to do that. But it doesn't matter. It's what they do, but they do it better.
I think that like a lot of those sounds, like the sound of hard rock and things, the genesis of that's very much in Western music and like America and UK.
Still going.
But yes, it's all in the air tonight, really. But it's like they've taken those sounds and they've done something creative with them. I mean, as you mentioned with Bandmate, obviously there was that line where they really took over writing their own songs, and you kind of noticed that they just had so many fresh ideas. Like every album's got a fresh idea. And like with Trident, I mean, I say Trident, the 3-piece, but every single song they do seems to be like a totally different take on like rock music. And is there any particular band who you think are doing a really like something that really speaks to you? I know it sounds like anything that really sort of works for you that you're thinking, yes, I want to hear more of that.
Well, I suppose in a way, it's like Nemophila what they're doing, because I mean, I follow them from the start when they're doing covers. And of course, they won me over, 20th Century Boy, ex-T-Rex fan here. And the way they're going with theirs, and I just like what they're doing. I really do. And of course, when they're live, they're great.
Yeah.
And if they come over here, I don't want to just see them. I want to meet them.
Yeah.
And I think
I heard they're very
might
personal.
have a good chance of that.
But on like the Seize the Fate album, there was like so many different styles of music.
Yeah.
Like so many different things.
To change it, this is what they're doing. I like what they're doing. By the way, it's Saki's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday! Wait, is it Saki's birthday where you are, or Saki's birthday where we are?
4th.
Oh, we've only got 35 minutes. By the time this video goes out, it won't be her birthday anymore.
Oh, I've already done my reaction to it.
There you go. He's well ahead of
you. You're going to put it out in the next 35 minutes.
No, I did that this morning. I thought,
okay.
I need to do that, so I did that this morning.
There you go. The man's a machine.
And what I did, I actually took one of her songs off of her own channel.
Yeah.
brightness or whatever it's called, what's the thing, you know. And I did that because it's all her, isn't it? So
yeah.
Although I had reacted to it before, but I thought I need something quick. I'm running out of time. And I was going to put a load of snippets together, but I thought, no, Ray, what time for doing that?
Yeah.
It says go back even further, but I thought, no, let's, because she's only got 2 things up on her own channel, and because she got so busy she couldn't do anything else. And
so did you just found out about her birthday last minute or something? Or yeah, that's how it tends to be how it is. I'll be sitting there and you get like a Twitter thing. Oh, it's
who was it? Oh yeah, I mean I forget as well. Like Konami's birthday and things. Yeah, it's like I mean I can remember the numbers, but I forget the months. But the thing is, if somebody reminds me, I keep saying to people, look, please remind me like a few days before, because I'm going to forget. See,
yeah,
like, what people don't realize is they follow one of these bands religiously.
Yeah,
they think we do the same. How can I?
We cover so many bands.
I say that all the time. The amount of times I get comments going, Neon, you forgot about this band on this particular day, and I'm like, I'm doing like 500 different freaking groups at the same time. Come on.
But it is lovely how much people really take these bands to heart. I mean, you know, sometimes you get some people who are a little bit, overly religiously fans of a group, but you get some who just really enjoy it, and it becomes a very community thing, which is always nice, I think, when you get that.
Well, I know. I mean, one day I've thought, oh no, look, the premiere in this, and so and so's got a live stream at the same bloody time. I've got them both on now, haven't I?
I was like that with Scandal last night. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I got it on. That's it. I didn't even comment.
Really?
No. Sometimes I'm there. I told you about that when it's Monday when was doing a like radio thing, right? And then I'm just there, okay, and I see that this guy, I won't say his name, but he put up, hey, do another interview on Mr. B. I thought, he don't know I'm here. All right. Hello, Karumi. And she's going, oh, hello, Mr. B. Anyway, I did email them, but then the email came back at me. So I'm thinking they must have changed the email address then.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to start doing now. Is one thing I have to start doing is I started doing interviews a little bit, but then obviously like COVID happened and I haven't really got back to it since then. But I'm going to start emailing a few more bands and stuff now, I think, myself, to try and get a few more interviews on.
What about an interpreter? Have you got an interpreter?
I do not have an interpreter. That's probably the first
I have to pay. But I can recommend Tom. He's good. He's in a band anyway.
Yeah. By all means, send that over.
I can do that. I can have a word with him. But he's good because plus he's in a band. He's a drummer in a band. Of course, because one of the ones that Junkie 58%. I'm sure it was them. We did an interview with them, and then actually one of the venues he's playing at, he was there, so he got to meet them.
Oh, nice.
Jammy git. But this is it though. But I mean, this is it. When you've got somebody else that's in a band, and Acrobat Shonen is the band he's in.
Yeah.
And then it helps, doesn't it? The interest's there, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm quite liking some of the bands you're throwing up here as well. Junkie as well, Ron Kicks, 18 Fevers. It's quite a punky little thing you've got going on here. I quite appreciate that.
Oh, there's a few others as well that but there's all sorts. I'm not bothered. I mean, it's like I don't like jazz, right? I never have done, right? But do I react to it?
Jazz.
Yes. I had to make a joke about one because it says they are doing this. It says, they're amazing. But I said, look, but there they are, aren't they? Look, there's the tables. There's the guy with the smoking jacket. Oh yeah, there's been a jazz here now, chilling out. And I thought, but yeah, I don't mind. But it's the musicians are phenomenal. They are phenomenal. Yeah. But I mean, I reacted. What did I react to? I even reacted to dance groups, haven't I?
Yeah.
There is music playing, so we can get away with it.
So what's your personal favorite genre then? What's the stuff that you personally
rock.
like?
I've always been into
yeah, rock.
I was brought up with like Hendrix and Lizzie and people like that. Don't mention Led Zeppelin. I'm not a fan of them. All the Beatles. I'm not a fan of them either. That sort of thing. Gary Moore. He's my guitar hero. And that's because I've seen Gary Moore live. Obviously, like Slipknot and people like that, AC/DC, Biscuit, Corn.
What do you think about? There's a lot of people who really draw a definition between rock and metal, and I always feel there's a lot of crossover between the two. But there's some people who really are like, very much about.
Well, you have got the bit sort of in the middle, if you like.
Yeah, I think you do.
A bit heavier than rock, but it's a bit lighter for metal. But to me, metal these days, it's just all,
Yeah, a lot of the growly sort of stuff.
I can do it, and you can understand me.
I am going to put a riff behind that, and we are going to sell a lot of records.
I've been doing that before they even blooming started doing it.
Yeah,
that was called a cold.
No, it's called normal.
It's called normal.
Because there's me and the other guy that could do it. We're only two places at work. And we said we're going to talk like it all day, so we did. It rasped off everybody. That's the same place. Oh yeah, that's the same place. Hung myself.
Okay. That's a story that I assure everyone at home has a happier ending than you might think.
I have mentioned.
He's alive.
Oh yeah, because when it was what did I say? Raven Black, when her reacts to them, she's got a noose round her neck at the end of it. Says, "Yep, I can make them, and I've never been taught. My ancestors were hangmen."
Baby metal went back a bit further and just stuck themselves on a cross. So I think baby metal were a couple of thousand years out of date.
Yeah, what wooden nails? Trouble is with wooden nails, you get splinters in your hand.
Yes, that's the problem. It's the splinters, not
Yes,
their nail
it's
in
not,
your hand.
Yeah.
It's like perforating your hand, no problem. Splinters, very irritating.
But
I do think though, like I think there's interesting though that like a lot of these genres, it's good to have genres for like a reference to say, see the inspiration to things. But so many of these genres, especially when we're talking about Japanese music, which mixes so many things together, a lot of these genres become almost kind of arbitrary when you're looking at Japanese music. You get pop that has like Wagamama Rakia. It's pop, but it has like metal sounds in it.
Oh yeah, that's a mouthful for me. I've reacted to them.
Wagamama Rakia.
But yeah, you see now a lot of times on my channel I go, look, I don't care what genre it is, as far as I'm concerned, it's music.
Yeah,
exactly.
But back in my day, when we go back all them years, we had rock music, pop music, reggae, and that's it. So you just got classical
and jazz.
And jazz, but
jazz.
so that was it. Now we've got flipping shed music, garage music, music, rap. You know what I mean?
Heavy metal, new metal, thrash.
Thrash.
I think that's the thing, is like sometimes there's like useful lines you can draw, like rock, metal, pop, rap, these things. But then you get people like, I'll respond to something, I'll say, oh, that was kind of that was metal, and someone will say, oh no, that was like Norwegian death metal. Or like, what the
you can talk like this, okay? Yeah, okay.
I can talk like this too. We have a whole conversation like this.
Heard you spur from Herton, no, right.
I'm from the bureaucratical agency of paperwork.
Yeah, well, we get old inwardly, can't we?
It's old Mr. Death Metal.
Death Metal.
Oh, Mr. Death Metal.
There we go.
Anyway, I've got a new genre in music. Right.
Go on.
I'm going to go to the toilet. I'm going to record it. And then what's it going to be called?
Piss metal?
Correct.
I got one.
I thought it's going to be called like Flushcore.
Flushcore.
No, that's the follow-up song.
Well, so long as you finish your album with a little bit of new hand wash, that's all that I care about.
Oh my God, no. No, just stop. Just stop. It was funny the first 2 times.
Hey, you guys got your goes at like
And
dad
what
jokes
we're going to
earlier.
call
I'm
the
having my
band?
shot.
What we're going to call the band? They got a German
The
sound
Bog
name.
Boys.
No, German sound name, Fortnarsen.
Fart Narson. So today we're going to react to some Fart Narson.
Now that I know the purpose of these jokes is to name bands with, yeah.
Look, life's too blooming short to be flipping serious. Come on. I mean, I've always said, I said I'll never grow up.
Yeah,
I've done some absolutely ridiculous things in my life, and I'm still here. And I don't know how I managed that. I don't kill myself. But the thing about it all is, people these days, they get too serious about everything. I have some jokes on my channel because I got a dry sense of humor, and they're like, "Yeah, I did an accent. Hurry up there, boy! I'm going down here." And I said something about North. We don't speak like that, brother. And I just replied, "Chill out. It's just a joke."
I remember one of the funniest things I saw. I was watching the Sakura Gakuin video, which is the around the world one, and they're all like doing little stereotypes of different countries, and just a bit where I think it might even be Moa who's like in there, and then she just like randomly there's a Jamaican bit, and she goes, "Yeah, man." I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was like, couldn't get away with that in most of the world. Like that.
Hey man, go get me a beer can.
That made me really laugh. I was like, that's amazing because it's funny. It's fun.
Yeah, I know, but you can't
get away with that in a lot of places.
No, you can't do it. I mean, okay, or you can do an Irish accent, not a problem. Yeah, they don't mind. You can do a Scottish one, they don't mind. But then, you can't.
My Discord minds when I do a Scottish accent.
I can't. I mean, that's it. I mean, I used to do an Indian one, but I don't do it nowadays.
Yeah, I was about to say that one would not land well nowadays.
No, but it's not. It's not. To me, it's not being racist. It's just using the.
It comes down to intent. If you know the person has no ill intent, I think this is one of the things is that Japanese music, there's a lot of innocence in it. They a lot of the time they're just having fun. They're being very innocent with a lot of these things, and I think it's very freeing. The Japanese music scene in a lot of ways. I haven't
got a problem with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like some of the things we used to say. I mean, there's certain things I wouldn't say now, and there's certain things I wouldn't say because, well, I'll give you a quick one. I've been on the receiving end of racism because back in the 70s, I used to go out with an Indian girl.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Yeah, and like say, my parents and her parents weren't happy about it, and so we were going to elope. Turned up, she weren't there. Cut a long story short, they sent her back to India.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So well, but I'm just saying, and some of the things I got called just because I went out with her and that, and it was, to me, it was ridiculous. And I mean, we had another case of another girl. She was in tears because she was being made to marry, and she really liked this English guy. She wanted to go out with him, but no, she got forced. It's all wrong. She shouldn't force somebody to do that.
But I think we kind of like got this beneficial situation now where I feel like the world, there's good and bad things changing all the time, but I feel like the world is getting smaller in a way that we're able to kind of enjoy and have more fun with like other cultures. Like we understand them better. So like, when you see like Japanese music in the West, or when you see music from other countries in the West, it's like people can enjoy it because they're seeing firsthand things that are being created. And so I think having a good sense of humor, laughing at the differences between different cultures and different styles of music and different styles of art, whilst also appreciating it, is totally possible. And you go to Japan and they'll laugh about all different cultures as well, but it's done with a sort of a degree of love. And I think this is one of the things that means that our channels can exist, is that we're able to talk about like foreign language music and stuff like that. Well, if you go back even like 20, 30 years, certainly, like talking about foreign language music was just been such a weird thing. Like, why is he doing that? Whereas now it's just like a whole active niche.
It wasn't around then as much as it is now, thanks to the internet, if you like.
Yeah.
It was around where it came from, just not.
I mean, real, going back to metal music, the real odd stuff's in Germany, isn't it?
So,
No, I mean, look, I am not a metal expert. I always heard that it was like Germany and like Norway, like apparently the Norwegians and the Finnish. Like,
Yeah,
you
the
go up
Finnish,
there,
the Danish, Norwegians,
Well, no,
Swedish.
they're the ones
everything.
I've just reacted to. I see. I've got to look. I can't
Germany's got some great black metal, though.
Tomorrow's Outlook I've reacted to. It's going to be overcast as usual, a bit of rain. I mean, they are a rock band. They sound very 80s. I did say that. And the reason I got that, some Norwegian guy emailed me with a whole list of stuff, and I've told him I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'll get people emailing me now with, oh, check this band out. One, right, never says hello or anything. He just sent me a whole list of all this metal stuff, right? And I thought, well, you couldn't be bothered to even put any words in there. Delete, 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 delete. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
This one, he's thanked me very much because I replied and stuff like that. I don't mind. I don't talk to me. Don't just send me a load of stuff.
Yeah, I get that a little bit, to be honest, and I could totally see where you're coming from. It gets to a point a little bit where people send you shit just because they want the content, and they look at you sometimes as the reactor instead of like Mr. B the person or Neon the person. You know, we are fucking humans that have a life and time and
like
all
you
sorts.
Didn't include me in that.
I don't see,
you don't react to.
I don't mind. I don't mind if somebody says, "Oh, look, we've got this out," and can you do it? I mean, some of them, yeah. I mean, some of it's not my. Some of the stuff's not my sort of thing at all. But I just do it. I know it's helping. I'm thinking, well, I'd probably get 60 views on that. I'm not bothered. I'll do it. It's one less to do today, sort of thing. Because I mean, the most I've done in a day is 20.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I did 20 reactions in one day.
So, is that like all uploaded as well, or was that like spread over a couple of days?
That's the reactions done. Then I can put them up when I like. Like today I've done 7. I've also put the intro on them, and like I said, Andrew, this time I put a load up the other day where I took them out the wrong folder, and they're the ones without me intro on.
Who's Andrew?
Is that what calls you? I don't know.
Hey, Andrew.
I don't know. What is your name? Is it Andrew? I don't know. I'm terrible with names.
Shall we go with yes? Howard. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Howard. Where did you get Andrew from then?
I don't know. Andrew.
Oh, okay. Okay, Fred.
No problem, Derek. Anyway, carry on.
Bastard.
Yeah, bastard.
I know. I don't know.
It sounds good in his accent. The word bastard sounds good.
I've got nothing written down on here that says Andrew.
I have an Andrew face. I don't know. Considering some of the stuff that's happened in the royal family, I don't want an Andrew face. Thank you very much.
He's got the same voice as flipping Howard Jones.
I'm gonna need to remember who that. I know it's a singer, but I don't know any of his songs.
Yeah, he's very popular back in the
80s,
whenever it was.
Whenever it was, love that.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
because it wasn't.
He was the other Howard. I got rid of him.
Wasn't my sort of music, I suppose. Really. I mean, Gary Newman. What do you think of Gary Newman?
Well, that's going back
pretty
quite a while as well.
He ain't going back. He's still going. He's bringing out new stuff.
Is he?
Oh dear. And even his daughter, even one of his daughters is singing as well.
Oh wow! To be fair, Rick Ashley as well. He's just come out with brand new stuff recently.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, oh my god, yeah.
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna give you.
Yeah, go away.
He's living off that song.
I was about to say that's probably the most listened to song in the world by this point.
Can be,
from me.
But there's one ear's not listening to it because where's the band?
But we did talk about that the other day, didn't we? Because there's I think we talked about that on the interview we did about the whole thing about like bands and everything. But I guess on a sort of side to that, I was kind of interested by what your thoughts are on like the less heavy music as well, because I know you guys are both into the heavy music. But like, what's your thoughts on like the less guitar focused bands, the less heavy bands, and that kind of thing? Any areas around that which you're enjoying, or is it just the heavy music that you two really focus on? Oh, listen to the silence. Listen, just let it.
I'm not the one being interviewed, so I'm letting on first.
That was so good. Calm down.
Well, you see, where we're talking about pop music, or the problem is today, most of these bands, they don't play their own instruments. They've all been put together by Salmon Bloody Cow. So they've all been put together, and it's like, well, you're not real. You didn't meet.
You have that with so many. I mean, you have bands who are put together who do play their own instruments. You have bands who came together themselves, but then someone else writes their songs. I mean, Bandmate, when they started off, they didn't write their own songs.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's what I mean. Is that's a sliding scale. It's kind of. I don't think that just because bands are not as heavy means that they necessarily are not as genuine. They might just be not as heavy, but be doing something equally genuine. I'm just kind of intrigued if there's any in that area.
Personally, I think there's a difference between Western and Eastern pop in that regard. I always feel like Western pop is very much bundled together, very corporate, very political. Whereas I feel like Japanese pop, for instance, although it is political and very much label orientated in its own way, there's a certain level of expectation, certain level of what's the right word I'm looking for here? Quality that they strive to reach, that when they put something together with the intent to do that, then 9 times out of 10 it's usually pretty damn good. Like you kind of want to hate it sometimes, but it's usually pretty poppy. They got the best producers to work on it, the best songwriters, and you can't not like it, even though you know to a certain extent what Mr. B said, that it comes across as maybe a little.
I think,
but
in Japan, there's just as many corporately put together heavy bands who people let through the door because they go, oh, they're heavy, they must be real. And then there's plenty of bands who are not heavy at all, and people go, oh, that must be produced by a record company because it's pop. And it actually turns out it's not. I think a lot of the time Japanese music is like carrying the burden of like what people think pop and rock is. Whereas like, no, it's just real music. It's just not heavy.
I think the main difference as well between pop and heavy, the one reason why I have like immense respect more for heavier music than pop music, for me personally, is just because even if it is a put together group, 9 times out of 10, going back to what Mr. B just said then, these girls, guys, whatever, they play their own instruments. They know what they're doing. They're actually musically trained and inclined that way. So it comes across a little bit more authentic than a group put together that maybe aren't musically inclined, that are all just singers and everything else is done for them.
I'll just say Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku. Well, she's that's a very sort of
I've brought this up before. Okay, the band's live. It's very clever what they've done, and does rock and all sorts. And she can play the guitar, and she's playing the right notes, which I couldn't work out. I thought, flipping heck, I thought that's amazing.
Yeah, because they have like a motion capture actor, I'm assuming, do that. I mean, again, I get this. I just think that there's this thing where, like, I mean, you say, okay, the heavy bands, they play their own instruments. It's like there's plenty of bands who are not heavy who do that as well.
Of course. I just mean in a long excuse when you put like bands together.
But it's interesting how you drew that separation.
I think the one thing I would go by with is if you try to make a pop person do metal, they may struggle. But if you ask somebody to do metal to do pop, I feel like they would find it a hell of a lot easier to do.
I totally disagree.
No. Whoever asked them would be wearing the guitar. They're not going to do that.
No, they won't do it. But what I'm saying is because
I'm not playing pop.
But what I'm saying is that like
exactly,
like they'll do it. Like they could if they wanted. I don't think
so. If you look at like, I mean, listen to bass lines in most Japanese pop music. It's probably, I think, the most advanced and interesting bass lines are in pop music in Japan.
Yeah. Sure. Talking of bass lines, this Norwegian band. I did sort of say that you can actually hear the bass, which is good, but I says unfortunately why don't you come up with something sort of different? He's playing the same as what the guitars are. See?
Yeah, I hate that.
This is what Japanese music's done to me. When you hear a bass player in Japan, they're just not following everything else. They've got their own things to do.
They got their own things going
on. And this is another reason why the music has improved over there. I mean, look at Misa. Flipping heck, you know.
Yeah, I love Misa for that. And one of the quirks I love about Misa is like when between the anime parts is how when she does her own little twist. Like there's never a gap in a bandmate song. Like there's always Misa always fills that in somehow.
She knows when to move back and when to move forward.
Then there's the bass player in Gatrick Spin. Cougar.
Oh God! Slap on everything. I love it.
Yeah, but it's just the way she does it. I mean, then there's Fammy. Look what she can do.
Yeah,
she was a fantastic signing. I mean, what a brilliant choice. But I do think this is kind of the thing. Though, is the
brilliant choice. Yeah. Thank you. Oh yeah. But you want to do an interview? No, I don't, because you favoured Gasha.
Oh,
yeah, that's what she said.
Wow, really?
Why ask me now when you favoured her? I said, well, we all have favourites, but I said, I'm only trying to do it, to, interview people. So I sort of replied with the truth, but straight to the point as well, in Japanese.
Yeah.
Which took ages to get it to say what I wanted it to say.
Oh, you're going in Japanese to English.
Did she ever
get back? You always check. Always.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true. Always check that.
So she didn't want to. She didn't want to do that. And talking of interviews, Neon. Because see, I mean, he's just got Backer up there, hasn't he? Oh, Backer. How are you?
I got my channel name up there.
If you Whiskey Dust are a good interview. I mean,
I've just started the Whiskey Dust journey. Actually, literally just started doing reactions to them.
Erica, right? I'm doing an interview. She sat there. She's got a guitar. I know she wants to play it. She's played it a couple of times, and I said to her, I did say, obviously via the translator, you take the guitar to bed with you. She says no, but she just loves playing, and you can see that from And honest, she's just, and of course, again, the singer. Oh, great rock voice. But have you watched some of their live stuff?
I haven't got onto that yet. Literally, whiskey
well,
Dust.
Anyway, I'll just say this to you: the drummer's got the best view in the house. That's all I'm going to say. You will see what I mean when you watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Backer's got it.
Yeah.
I seem to remember now. Someone on Twitch, someone got me listening to Whiskey Dust, and now I'm remembering which band that was.
I did comment on one of my reactions. Hey, look, the drummer's got the best view of the house.
I should point out,
the two lovely people.
We're coming up to 2:00, which I seem to remember you said was your limit. So just bear in mind if you do have to
I know
go
what time it is. I've only got to look up there or down here.
All right.
Or here. Or there. Yeah. It's all right.
You told me at the start.
You know what time it was when I got right? I normally eat around about 4 o'clock. It's between 4 and 5. It was gone 9 o'clock at night. Look, it was microwave food because I needed something quick.
We had our chat before.
I missed out a cup of coffee because of you rabbiting on all the time.
It was 5 a.m. for me. 5 a.m.
I know. I thought flipping those batteries never go flat.
No, never stops. Never stops.
I mean,
see, I gave me on time to talk this time.
I know, but fortunately for me, I got my pacemaker batteries plugged in, charging up.
I just plug it into the wall. Yeah,
plug it into the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it's one, but no, it just went on and on and on. But I mean, like doing this again, you can see where it's going to go. It's like, oh, yeah, we're off again, aren't we? But I don't know if people are interested in this sort of chats or not. So who's the fourth? Who's going to be if you're going to have a fourth member?
Well, Benedict's usually here with us for all of these. I mean, if you've seen the previous episodes, Benedict's always there. Yeah, Benedict from Reactor, Matt.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I heard you said something, and I decided to just sort of breeze past it and move on. That'll be one that people can catch if they want to press the rewind button. But yeah, he's usually with us for all the big.
Hold on a minute. No, we rewind. This isn't a tape. It's not on tape. So something else we got.
I'm sitting back just enjoying this. I'm watching how it gets dressed down, and I'm just like, I'm all for it.
I was going to say, like I don't know how many dad jokes are worth responding to directly, or if I just sort of let the silence answer them. I don't know what
if it's a dad joke, it's a dad joke. It should be me going backwards, not you.
Well, I don't know if that rejects that. No, I think that, like, okay, we've had the rewind joke and the bendy joke in one go, so I'll let those air out with the audience for a little bit of time. And
it's just me. I can't help it. I just slip these things in on the way, because
I'm not going to make a joke about that. I'm not going to make a joke about it. I'm going to leave that word.
Play on words. You know what I mean? Play on words.
I'm trying to be polite and not add those kind of jokes.
Well, it's like when I said about people drinking, right? Well, if you want to drink the devil's fluid, but I didn't realise the way people would take it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Mr. B, you need to come on more. This is hilarious.
I think we just need to have an episode where we just allow Mr. B to just allow him to respond to everything we said and just give each comment a little bit of time to air. And
I've always been like that. I'm always, I can't help it. It's just, I see these things, hear them, and I have to respond.
Yeah, you seem pretty vigorous for obviously your age at the minute. You seem pretty. The stamina. I mean, we were talking about slipping it in, so I was just like, I might as well go all the way. But
I can't be asked for that.
Now you're doing it.
I mean, a relationship for me, no way, it's not going to work because one, I like to do what I want to do, and I don't want some silly book say, "Hey, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go." No, no, I'm doing what I want when I want, Yeah, and sod you,
But what I was going to say is, obviously, you're looking pretty good at your old age. I know you said you went to quite a few shows. You obviously went to Run Kicks, the 18 Fevers one, and all that as well. You said the ones in Brighton. I mean, how? Obviously,
I'm 70.
Yeah, I was going to say, just tell me if I'm going too far. I have to tread carefully here. But how is that still going to gigs and all that? Do you have any issues of experiencing if it's a bit of a rock crowd or anything?
The only thing I got worried about was I thought I got prostate problems, right? But I haven't, so that's
good. Congratulations.
And I mean, because when you get older, because you get on the train, you always make sure you know where the toilet is, just in case. But then again, I realise I'm not that bad because Andrew, I've done it now.
Oh, I'm loving this. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Andrew.
So I had to shut. But anyway, because the amount of times he went, and I thought, I haven't got a problem, have I? He says he's got little bladder, but I mean,
tiny little bladder, just like a water gun, so you can just squeeze out all that coffee.
Well, I must have a flipping bucket as a bladder then, or something, because. But it's just one thing. So, but no, I know I am quite lively for my age. A lot of people have said that, and. Because I said never grow up, but I also like, if you like, walks and things, and do a little workout every day just to keep active. Use it or lose it, and that is true. That is very true.
Yeah.
And so I just, but I'm not gonna. Well, what is it? I'm not gonna die that easy. I'm just gonna lie down and go, oh, sod it.
Do you enjoy the shows as much now, being a bit older, than you did when you were younger? Is it a different experience for you now?
Oh well, it is different now because I'm watching what they're playing. Yeah, everyone's getting all this, and I'm going, you know, the bass player's doing this. The bass player.
Yeah.
I'm more into the what they're playing, you know.
Yeah.
And that's interesting to see that because I'm looking at what the setup is like. Ewan, when she sets up, she gets the phone out, gets the settings exactly where she wants them. Very well done, and of course, they sound really good.
Yeah.
Apart from the Liverpool one was shite, but
yeah, I know. I got like the fucking worst place.
Great on because the first time in Brighton, this guy, I'm not kidding. This guy was huge that way and that way. And he's up there, he's like blocking the stage out. No one can really see. And he just grabs you, and she's crowd surfing now. She didn't got nothing to say. There you go, off you go. Went crowd surfing all the way back and that, you know. But she didn't mind it. But the thing is, they came over here. Of course, they went to you know, the first time they went to the Rebellion, they were in tears at the end, you know, with happiness.
Yeah,
because they couldn't believe it. And then
Rum Kicks.
Yeah. And I did say to her, I says, well, you do sing the song "England Belongs to Me." Well, it does now. Because when they came back, they went on the bigger stage. They're really accepted. Of course, they're not used to all that in Korea.
Yeah.
Well, this thing they're bringing like punk to the UK, and yet punk is very much like a UK thing. But yeah, you don't get that many punk bands in the UK. So they're like bringing something to the UK that should be there, but is kind of lacking there. So it's like they belong, they fit in really well, and they do it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was going to spack my hair up, so well.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the things I talked to Christmas about, and she was telling me how, like, even back home with her own mom, like, doesn't really kind of approve of what she's doing, her tattoos and stuff like that, and how it's like the culture's a little bit different over there, and how it's perceived, and you know, not as big as it is in the UK. Which was, you know, quite interesting to hear, that they have to kind of get out of Korea a little bit to, you know, to go and do the shows that they want to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that was funny, because I said to Christmas when I was there, I said, go on, I've got to ask this question. Just how many tattoos have you got? You know, so she was telling me, you know, I don't have a problem with people having tattoos. And the drummer, his sister was there, so I was chatting to her as well. She was there, but she wasn't going to go to Rebellion because she's got to go back to America. I think she's in America. I'm not sure. She could have been. I don't know. But anyway, they're such lovely people. Get on with them all, great, and it was really, really nice. And not only that, when they come out, because in Brighton, because there was all sitting outside, you see, you know, you come outside of the pub and all the rest of it, because it was July anyway. So, and they were chatting. We all sorts of people were chatting to them, which I thought was great. You know, you get bands come over. You know, they finish the gig, ship them off in the van, off they're gone. You know, bye. Can't talk to them. Because I'll tell you this as well, Neil. That I met Papa Roach, right? Hello, I'm so. The pitch took. That's it, done. I met Steel Panther.
Oh,
completely different.
Yeah.
Helping me put my wig on. They were. And I was chatting with them, and I'm not kidding you, they're a great bunch of guys. It wasn't just having your photo talk; they're talking to you like normal people, and which was great, absolutely great to see and do, because to me that's what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure.
So Papa Roach can go and take a swivel.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I think many people would second that. Yeah.
I'm the same. I've had some great experiences with bands now that have taken the time to talk to me, and then other bands are just like, don't want to know.
Yeah,
don't talk to you.
You pay to meet them, and they just grab the money and go. And I think it was more to see Papa Roach than it was to see flipping Steel Panther. And I watched Steel Panther from when they were a support band to where they are now.
Yeah,
they went on AGT, you know.
So I know they were Steel Panther are really, really good.
Yeah, but did you see them on America's Got Talent?
I didn't see them. I haven't seen them.
Oh, you want to? Sorry, cow's face is a picture. Who are these? I've got the crowd's going wappy, you know. It's like, because Michael Stein, I've got a voice on him.
Yeah.
Because then they came back the second time, but I don't think they went for a third time. But the thing is, It's just what it needed.
Yeah.
It's
But
just
my
what that
cock
show
is
needed.
community property.
Yeah, I always
I
love
think
it.
America's Got Talent needs to be cancelled. Probably, so it really needs.
Yeah, but they didn't do Asian pussy, you know, because they can't do that one. Grab an Asian girl out and start singing to her. Yeah, but they are honest. They're a great live band anyway. I've seen them live a few times, but yeah. Anyway, if you want to knock it on the head now to stop the recording, you can do. But yeah, I'll leave it up.
All right, shall we do our little outro now?
Yeah, go on, and I know you're down
Okay,
to
Andrew,
talk.
go for it.
Go on, Andrew.
Andrew, well, thanks everyone for watching. We've been talking to old Mr. B about, well,
Any old
a lot of YouTube stuff.
A bit of everything.
It's been fucking interesting for you guys. Actually, it's been kind of, the thing is that half of the things that we were talking about today are things that we talked about during our 6-hour chat. So I was kind of like, yeah, I remember this story.
It was all new to me. I'm sat here.
Yeah, so I kind of felt like I was more in the audience for this one. But anyway, I'll say as usual, thanks everyone for watching. And until we see you next time, remember to keep your ears to the east. Yes.
Look at the size of these.